Hey y'all, it's Maria. Welcome to or back to my channel. We're gonna get so creative today. I'm gonna be showing y'all how I made this blouse along with some more accessories. I made this blouse using pattern C in McCall's M7542 patterns. So like a lot of people during quarantine making masks at home, I learned how to use a sewing machine. But I made this blouse for my entrepreneurship class I'm taking at U of L. I know, I'm doing art in a business class. How fun is that? So for a beginner like me, I knew nothing about sewing using a pattern. It just looked like a map of tissue paper and some instructions, and I just followed the pictures like it was some origami instruction book. I chose this pattern because the tops looked really cute and I love the sleeves on it. So before I started with my final daisy fabric that's $7 per yard at Joann Fabrics, I did these test garments. I started with this old bed sheet that I used to make the first test garment. As you can see, I didn't watch any YouTube video on how to sew anything. My mom never even used the pattern and cut into fabric to make a top too. My first mistake while making this top was just laying out the pattern onto the fabric. I didn't know how much seam allowance to put in. I didn't know seam allowance was already included onto the pattern. When I laid out my tissue paper on my sheet, I left out ½ an inch of seam allowance when I shouldn't have done that. I should have just cut right at the line. Hence why I have this really crappy test garment. Another hurdle I went through was the sleeves. I didn't know how to make this round shape fit into this circle. It was so frustrating too, and I had to look up videos on how to gather fabric because when I was doing it, I had my sewing machine on the wrong setting, so when I tried to pull it, my threads broke and it sucked, and it got to the point where I got really frustrated that first evening starting on this, and I just said,
I can't do this anymore, Mom. Please stop showing me the YouTube videos you're trying to show me. I don't want to do this anymore.
The second time going along with this test garment, I made this Minnie Mouse shirt. This looks like something the mom from the Cat in the Hat would wear. I did better. It's just the sleeves that messed me up. The sleeves were too small. I'm sure this top would fit me, but I could not slip my arms through. This is a children's shirt. I accidentally made a children's shirt out of this, and my little sister suggested that I should add a little piece of trim on the collar to make it look cute. Thank you for that. This time I added a gap in the back so my head would fit through. But if only my arms could fit through. Let's get to the part where I cut into the daisy fabric. So this time I actually followed the directions. I laid everything out the way they told me to on the suggestion pamphlet, and I knew that this is where this piece goes, the center fold. Center fold is where the fabric is folded in half, so that when you cut out the one piece, it'll just be one, not two pieces. Oh my gosh, I broke a needle! This time I used interfacing. I didn't know what interfacing was prior to this. I just thought it was some material that was heavy, so where you would just sew 2 layers of it. Found out it's just some weird thin dotted material that you iron on. It sticks to it just to weigh it down. I guess it made a difference. When I was making this top, I was struggling with the sleeves. My sleeves aren't exactly like the one in the picture. I think in the instructions they wanted me to sew where I folded under the big block. My mom and I saw those sewing hack videos where like you're using a fork to make pleats on a skirt, but we're not doing that. These sleeves are trying to achieve this tennis skirt, uniform skirt kind of fold pleat, so that little 5-minute crafts hack could not work with what we were doing. Part when I was making the sleeves was how it just looked like little puppy raincoats. They were just sitting up and it was so cute. And at this point, third time making this top, I knew how to gather fabric. I knew how to add interfacing and cut my patterns right, do my hems, and I ironed the shirt, and here's the final piece. Also, when I was making this top, I noticed I had a lot of leftover fabric. I didn't know that I was gonna have some remnant fabric when I was cutting these pieces. I thought what it said on the back was everything you used up. So I didn't want to waste my materials. This was $7 a yard, so I made a reversible bucket hat following the Essentials Club's video, and I made 2 scrunchies and a face mask. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun sewing this. This took me forever to do, maybe 5 to 6 hours just making one top. I learned a lot and I had so much fun making it. My mom caught the sewing bug when she saw me run up and down the stairs, asking her how to pin this, how to approach this corner of the piece. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram and Twitter is @MariaXDin, and I'll see you next time. Cutie end card!